Hey yogis, I'm Nicole. Welcome to my yoga time, your yoga snack for today. We're going to practice another ViniYoga flow. So ViniYoga is personally one of my favorites. It's a very therapeutic practice. We're constantly preparing the body for the next posture while counter stretching what we've just practiced. So it is a very repetitive sequence, one that our bodies respond well to, and I hope you enjoy. Let's come to the top of the mat. We will start standing. I've got two blocks close by, but if you don't have blocks, you could always improvise even with a soup can or a thick book, just something to touch down if you need. You might find that you don't even need the prop. So we're going to start with our feet hip width apart, and on the inhalation the arms will float up, tucking in the chin, bending the knees, folding forward as you exhale, finding your prop. As you inhale, come halfway up. Option one, fingertips can stay on the prop, or a little stronger, extend the arms up in front. Exhaling to fold. Coming all the way back up, arms up in front. So when you come up to the top, bring the fingertips together, palms apart, tuck the tailbone and extending upwards. Exhale, bend the knees, fold forward. When you come down, push the palms down and forward. Inhale, come halfway up, squeeze the heels in. Exhaling to fold. Coming all the way up. Fingertips to touch, palms apart, engage the buttocks. And folding forward. Last one. And lower hands to the heart. Let's take the weight into the right leg, raise the left knee and step back, warrior one legs. But have the feet hip width apart. If you find that your back knee, hip or ankle are not happy, pick up the heel and just make it a high lunge. Otherwise that back foot is grounded on a 45-degree angle. Again, feet are hip width apart. Let's bend the right knee and bring the arms out in front. Now for this whole sequence, stretch the mat, so press those feet away from one another. With the arms in front, let's round out the shoulders and the upper back and try and keep that roundedness as you curl up from the middle part of the spine. Well done. Exhale, pressing into both feet, folding forward. Hands to the blocks or your prop. Inhaling, coming halfway up. Find a little back bend here in your forward bend. Exhaling down, and as you come down, pressing those palms into your prop. Bending in the right knee, inhaling, coming up, bring the arms parallel to the floor. Stretch the mat, round out the upper back and curl back. So you'll start to feel like you're taking your back bends from the middle part of the spine, not the lower back. Inhaling, half lift, lift the tailbone. Exhale to fold. You can bend the right knee and bring belly to thigh. Well done, pressing into both feet, coming up again, rounding out the back. Keeping your jaw relaxed. And doing one more, pressing into both feet. So if you haven't done so already, it's a good time to place the tip of the tongue where the teeth meet the roof of the mouth. Keeping the jaw relaxed. And bending in the right knee, step the left foot up next to the right. Inhale, halfway, just keep the fingertips on the prop. Exhale to fold, knees can bend. And coming all the way up, arms in front, fingertips to touch. Engage the buttocks. And lower hands to the heart. Well done, other side. Weight into the left leg. Take the right leg back. Warrior one legs. So again, feel free to take those feet a little bit wider or picking up that back heel if there's discomfort in the knee or the hip. Stretch the mat with your feet, rounding out the upper back, curling up. Half lift on the inhalation, forward fold on the exhalation. Remember to stretch the mat with your feet. Continue to press them away from one another in this flow. Bending in the left knee, reaching arms in front, rounding out. And moving through your last flow. Inhaling, half lift. Exhale to fold. Bend your left leg, step your right foot up next to the left. Inhaling halfway. Exhale to fold. Coming all the way up. Fingertips to touch, palms apart. Engage the buttocks, curl back from the middle part of the spine. Well done. Bend the knees. Let's fold forward again. Inhale, halfway up, little back bend in your forward bend. And then as you exhale, folding down, step your left leg back, low lunge. And instead of stretching the mat now, try and squash the mat. So squeeze those feet towards one another. As you inhale, lift the arms up, bend the elbows, cactus arms. So again, try to curl back from the middle part of the spine, not the low back. Engage the left buttock here. Well done. Exhaling down, stepping left leg up. Inhaling, half lift. Exhaling to fold. And coming all the way up. Once again, fingertips to touch. And exhaling, folding forward. Right leg this time. Inhale, half lift. On the exhalation, bowing down, stepping right leg back. Squash the feet towards one another, engage the right buttock, cactus arms as you inhale and exhaling down. Halfway as you inhale and exhaling to fold. You might notice each time you come up now that you're able to curl back just a little more with no strain on the low back. Left leg back as you exhale. Squeeze the feet towards one another, engage the left buttock. So allowing your breath to initiate the movement. Right leg back. Squeeze the feet towards one another. And we'll do one more on each side. Left leg back. And your last one, right side. Coming all the way up. and coming down. Well done. You can pop your blocks to the side, step back into your downward facing dog. Then inhale forward into plank. Be sure to round out the upper back. Rock the body forward, tuck the tailbone, and try to brush the elbows to the ribs as you come all the way down. And from here, we'll roll over onto your back. Now, if you do have a block, we'll place that in between the thighs. If you don't have a block, don't worry. Just try to keep those thighs parallel. So bringing the feet back towards the bottom as close as they'll go, and then press the feet down and away from the bottom. As you inhale, floating the arms above the head. Take a moment to pause, and as you pause, start to tuck the tailbone under. With the exhalation, lift the hips up. And as you inhale, float the arms down. As you exhale, pick up the heels and lower down one vertebrae at a time. On the inhalation, the arms move. On the exhalation, the hips move. Picking up the heels before you lower down, one vertebrae at a time. And we'll do one more. And when you touch down, remove the block if you have it. Just taking the knees and the hands. As we inhale, the arms are straight. And as you exhale, bend the elbows. Inhaling to straighten the arms. And exhaling to bend. So next time you inhale, allow those feet to come all the way down to the mat. Well done. We'll take our hands underneath the bottom now and extend the legs up to the ceiling. Push through the balls of the feet and flare out the toes. Engage the lower abdominal muscles. Inhale, lift the head up off the mat, and your drishti is your toes. Slowly lower the legs down. Hover those feet an inch above the floor and then hinge your way up. Well done. Let's come over onto all fours. Coming into tabletop and line up those middle fingers in line with your shoulders and tuck the toes under. Inhaling into your back bend. Then as you exhale, round the spine and keep that roundedness as you take the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Holding here as you inhale. And then as you exhale, knees coming down to the mat. Inhale into your back bend. Exhaling to round out the spine, keeping that roundedness. Downward facing dog. Exhaling, knees to the mat. And moving through your last flow. Holding your downward dog here for 3 breaths. Gently send the chest towards the thighs and pressing the feet away from the hands. And squeezing the heels of the palms in towards one another just a touch. Next exhalation, let's lower those knees down to the floor. Turn the tops of the feet over and coming all the way up onto your knees. Now we are going to be kneeling for the next few moments, so if your knees need support, you can fold your mat in half, or if you've got a towel or a blanket that you'd prefer to kneel on, it's fine as well. So on the inhalation, the arms are coming up. As we exhale, child's pose, bring the forehead to the floor, take the hands to the lower back, to the sacrum. Inhale, push the hips forward. Chin lift, move the throat forward, and exhale, folding down. One more. And inhale, let's come all the way up again. So if you have your blocks, feel free to place them next to your feet. You may or may not use them for the next pose. Coming all the way up onto those knees once again. Feel free to curl those toes under. Now a few choices here depending on your back, yogis. You might choose to just take your hands to your low back and keep them there. Option 1, fingertips point down. Option 2, fingertips point up. And let's tuck the tailbone under. So when you tuck the tailbone under, you're shortening the front side of the body. Send the hips forward, lift up out of the waist, curling back through the upper back. So for many, here will be enough, and maintain a slow, smooth breath. If you would like to go to step 3, release the hands from the back. Inhale, and as you exhale, just rock back a little. Inhale to come forward. Exhale to lean back, and inhaling forward. And this time when you come back, if you're close to the blocks, you can take the hands to the blocks or maybe the heels. Again, tuck the tailbone under, send the hips forward, try to curl back from the middle part of the spine. Now your breath is your barometer here. If your breath is inhibited, you've gone too far. Ease off. Well done. Let's come back to center, strong in the legs. Bring the hands down to the floor. Round out the upper back. Take the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale forward into plank. Again, rounding out the upper back. Bring the body forward like you're looking over a cliff. Squeeze the heels of the palms and the elbows in as you come all the way down. And once again, we'll roll over onto your back. Once you've come down to your back, straighten your left leg and take the ankle to the right knee. Arms out to the side. You can cactus arms. And raising the right leg. Inhale. And as you exhale, see if you can move your thighs a little closer to the body. Inhaling, moving the legs away. Exhaling a little closer. Next inhalation, lower right foot all the way down to the mat. You can cross the left leg over the right, move the hips a touch to the left, and we'll come into a twist, bring the knees down to the right. And if it feels okay for your neck, just briefly move the back of your head a touch to the right, and then turn the head to the left. Next inhalation, knees coming back to center. Let's uncross And we'll go on the other side. Right ankle to the left knee. Raise the left leg. Keep a little squeeze behind this right knee for support. As you exhale, bring those legs a little closer to the torso and inhale to move away. Inhaling, left leg all the way down. Coming into our twist once again. Cross the right leg over the left. Hips move a touch to the right. Knees come down to the left. Next inhalation, bring those knees back to center, uncrossing the legs. Once again, hands underneath the bottom, straighten the legs, push through the balls of the feet, lift the head, engage your core as you lower those legs down. And then hinging your way up. So staying in a seated position now, let's bend the right knee. Place the sole of the right foot to the left thigh. If you need to support this knee and hip, you can always place your prop underneath. Now we've been focusing predominantly on back bends. We're going to counter stretch with a forward bend now, but I don't want you to overstrain. So I encourage you to bend this left leg as well. If you've got your block or whatever prop you're using, maybe a rolled up towel, just place it underneath the knee. Let's keep a little resistance between the right foot pressing into the thigh, thigh pressing into the foot. Inhaling the arms up, and as we exhale, folding forward. Inhale to come back up, and exhaling down. So we'll stay down this time. Just holding onto the leg, or hands can be on the mat. If you can reach the foot, move the hands more to the heel of the foot. Gently push the foot into the hands, equally pull the hands into the foot. You can tuck your chin in and take the breath into the low back. Pressing down through that left heel, strong in the core, bring those arms up. And exhale, hands down. Well done. So remove your block. Let's take Dandasana, staff pose. Hands next to the body. Just here for a few breaths. Push the palms down and forward. You might find the heels hover a little off the mat here. Quads are engaged, pulling up those kneecaps. And changing sides. Left leg out to the side. Propping your right leg. Pushing your left foot into the thigh, thigh into the foot. When you're ready, arms up. Keeping your chin tucked in. Exhaling to fold. So we want the belly to meet the thigh. You might find you need to bend the leg a little bit more. So this forward bend, we're focusing on the back. As our counter stretch, we're not focusing on the hamstrings, hence it's okay to bend the leg. Taking a hold of the leg wherever you land. If you do have around the heel, push the foot into the hand, equally hand into the foot. And taking your spacious breath into the back side of the body. Firming down through the heel, release the foot. Inhale to come up. And exhale, lower hands down, removing your props. So coming down onto our back now. You can bend the knees if you'd like to come down with a little bit of core, hands to the heart. Try and drag the heels back towards the hips and slowly lower down. Feel free to take the knees in the hands once again. Arms as straight as you inhale and bend the elbows as you exhale. The next inhalation, release those feet to the floor and moving into Savasana. You might like to place your blocks under your knees, or if you have a pillow or a rolled up towel, otherwise just laying flat on the floor. So before we settle into Savasana, let's run 3 waves of tension through the body. As you inhale, tighten every muscle you can. Screw up the fists, the face, the buttocks, any muscle you can tighten. Hold that for as long as you can. And then when you need to, exhale and soften. 2 more. And as you settle into Savasana, allow the forehead to relax, the eyes to roll back, tongue and jaw are soft. And you might like to let the fingers naturally curl, or feel free to connect index finger and thumbs for Chin Mudra. And please do take a few minutes here in Savasana to allow the positive effects of your practice to assimilate the whole body. And beginning to inhale a little deeper now. And swallowing if the mouth is dry. Wiggling toes and fingers. Following any urges to stretch. And in your own time, rolling onto your preferred side before bringing yourself up to seated. So we'll just finish with a little pranayama, a little breath awareness. If you do have your towel or your block, you might like to elevate the hips and only crossing the legs if that's comfortable. Otherwise, feel free to straighten the legs or even take hero pose. So let's take Chin Mudra once again, connecting index fingers and thumbs, resting the hands on the knees and closing the eyes down. Placing the tip of the tongue where the teeth meet the roof of the mouth. Allowing there to be space between the top and bottom teeth. Now as you inhale, let the breath descend, let the navel expand. And when you get there, pause, hold the breath and start to firm the lower belly. Feel an internal upward lift. As you exhale, maintain this engagement. So inhale, relax, let the breath descend and the navel expand. Take a moment to pause. As you do, start to firm the lower belly. Ladies might even like to lift pelvic floor, or gents, perineum muscle. Keeping that tone as you exhale. And then inhale to soften. So you start to feel the in-breath descending and the out-breath ascending. Taking one more breath. And we'll bring those hands to prayer position at the heart center. And raise the hands now to the third eye center for clarity of thought. Fingertips lower to the lips for purity and honesty in our speech. And hands to the heart center for love and compassion in all that we do. Namaste. Thanks, yogis. I hope you enjoyed the practice today. If so, please subscribe to the channel. It's a great way to support free yoga on YouTube. Have a lovely day.